Hi everyone, I'm coming on just to share some Halloween Eve energy updates. I'm not really sure where we're going with this message, and I'm not really sure if we're going to pull cards. I did post a card this morning, and that card was all about being harmonious, trying to find more harmony and balance in your relationships. Even if you're going through an obstacle right now, try as hard as you can just to figure out a way in which to be more peaceful, even if it's a decision that you made and you were unsure if it was the right decision. As we continue ascending, I'm noticing that more and more people are connecting with their intuition and connecting with this third eye chakra, which is your intuition. And they're really beginning to listen and trust what they are receiving inside. And that's amazing, because that means more and more people are taking the time to be with themselves, to be with their feelings and their thoughts, to allow them to come through so that they're able to decipher what is coming up. But as we continue ascending more, it's almost like we're not going to even need to tune in, because we're already going to know. And how do you do that? By being more present in your moments. And it's about not living in the past and about not worrying about the future, but more about truly being present. And that is truly what we are working towards as humans on Earth. How can we be more present? How can you truly be with someone and be there 100%? Not in your phone, not in your thoughts, but truly be present. So I invite you, as we start this message, to look at your life and see maybe, or start to notice, where are you not present? And where can you be more present in your relationships, in your daily situations, maybe driving the car? Where can you be more present so that you can actually enjoy your life and be so grateful for everything that is around you and happening with you? Those, you might say, I am present, but are you really? So I'm going to leave that at that. But the energy for the weekend is definitely, yesterday was a definite chaotic energy. And I don't know if you felt it or not, but I definitely did, between speaking to people, hearing people, and seeing just the way people were on the road. The weather was chaotic here, and it is just an indicator that we have more work to do as a human collective. And I'm looking up, as I'm about to say something, I'm looking at the Reiki precepts. It's the 5 Reiki principles to stay. Once you are taught Reiki, it's something that you should be saying every single day. And by saying it, it helps you to take notice of the present moment. In this now moment, how am I feeling? And the one that caught my eye was, just for today, I will not anger. How many people are still so angry? How many people are still in this energy of anger, of blame, of frustration, of being controlled and not even realizing it, and then feeling agitation and not understanding why? Because allowing someone else or some other system to control them on the higher self level, on the core level of you, you know that you're not supposed to be controlled, because we have been designed to have free will. So even if unconsciously you don't realize it, your higher self is getting so frustrated with this illusion of this control. And we know that control and manipulation and coercion is a very big energy right now. But why I'm coming on today is to invite you to take a step or two in the right direction, which means in the higher vibrational direction, which can help and serve you. If you sit in this place of the anger, if you sit in this place of the frustration and you sit in it too long, you start to develop dis-ease in the physical body. You don't want that. So how can you step back and say, okay, let me observe what I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling the anger, it's okay because I'm noticing it right now. But I am not the anger. I'm just feeling the anger in this now moment. I think part of the issue right now we're experiencing is that there are so many people that are angry, so they are the anger. But we are not our emotions. We feel an emotion. The idea of the emotion is to allow it to come up and through you, through your entire chakra system, and then out the crown, and then transmuted back to your creator to take away and out of your physical body. When there is dis-ease in the body, it is because a feeling, an emotion, a thought pattern you haven't broken away from, and it gets stuck. So if somebody has heart problems, typically it's because their heart chakra is closed and they have basically like a wall up. They're afraid to let everything in because they don't want to be hurt. That's the bottom line. They're afraid of getting hurt, so they're guarding their heart. That's an example of what could happen. Somebody might have headaches a lot of times, and I experienced that prior to doing this work, lots and lots of headaches. And that is someone who, first of all, doesn't feel like they're in their head so much that the thoughts are becoming way too much unconsciously and consciously. And when that was happening to me, I was tight here also. So of course the tightness here, the tightness in my neck, the tightness in my shoulder created all of this tension that then created the headache. What I had to start to do was sit quietly. Start to notice the thoughts, noticing them, not judging them, because there was a lot of judgment involved in that thought process, but noticing them, maybe journaling about them, allowing them to be seen, allowing myself to see the thoughts, to feel the feelings that were coming up through those thoughts. And now I don't have headaches like I used to. Now, is that like a one-hit wonder? And that means if you do that work, you're not going to have headaches? No. But what it is a step in the right direction of taking care of your health, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and bringing it all together. Because even though we are in this body, we really have 4 bodies that we're supposed to be taken care of. So Halloween weekend, have a great time this weekend doing whatever it is that you're doing. If someone is angry or frustrated or projects their stuff onto you, just notice it. Obviously not condoning it, but maybe just send them a little bit of love through your heart. Just imagine sending them love. Imagine sending them forgiveness. Knowing that we are all going through this individually, but together. And in one way or another, we're all in this conflict and this struggle of all of the different obstacles. You might be experiencing an obstacle, I'm not, but I might be experiencing an obstacle, you're not. So it's important for us not to just look at a situation or look at something somebody said or look at something somebody posted and judge it, because we're not living in their world. And everybody comes to the table with different perspectives. And what we need to do right now is get to a place where we can be more loving and more open and understanding to what other people might be going through. And before we end, I just want to see what Archangel is going to come through this evening and share something for us before we end this up. So let's see. Okay, and it's Seraphim Seraphisa, and she comes through a lot in this deck for me, but I really don't know who this is. But what she's asking us all to do is keep our heart open. So even though we're struggling and going through what we're going through individually, we are a collective human consciousness. Can you keep your heart open? Isn't that crazy that I was talking about, of all the chakras, the heart chakra, and this is saying keep your heart open. There are no mistakes when these messages come through. And if you're listening to this, this is your invitation to see where it is that you can open up your heart, even in a situation, any situation. And sometimes it's hard to do these messages because I'm trying to be general, where if it was more specific, I could help someone more specifically to their situation. But generally speaking, where can you keep your heart open? Even in a situation, whether it's the world stuff, whether it is the personal stuff that you're dealing with, because it's really important right now. You don't want to close off your heart. And then this other archangel is coming up and asking us to just align with the highest version of ourselves. Setting our sights higher. Set yourself up, not as a victim. We are not victims in what we are dealing with right now. How can you become more of a warrior? How can you keep your thoughts positive? How can you switch a negative thought to a positive one? How can you look at what is going on and try to switch what is happening inside of your mindset? It takes work. It takes consistency. But it is important for each and every one of us to do our part right now, because we are really helping the whole collective. And we don't want to keep going through this, right? So let's do the best that we can with the tools that we are given to keep that heart open and be understanding and compassionate, and know that every single person around us is going through something right now. Have a great night and a great Halloween. And don't forget, tomorrow is the weekly card reading, and it will be up on YouTube tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye-bye.